Hello ladies
Right.
and gentlemen, welcome to the little game I will play with you now. It's called
Welcome.
Discuss a Hero. With me a good friend, he is called Mr. Mokro. Hi.
Hi.
So, what is Discuss a Hero about? There are currently 95 heroes, and you can roll up to 1500. So, I go to the usage stat list of the week, I roll 195 and basically discuss that hero which number is shown. So, and our number is 24, and 24 is Keeper of the Forest.
Well,
Yeah, Keeper of the Forest. Well, oh wow, I didn't really read the patch logs on him. Um, is he still
mm,
that overpowered as he was before?
I think he still is.
Well, I know that his
S-
animated forest actually got nerfed. Like you can't summon two pairs of trees, just one, but still, it's a lot.
Mm. Yeah, but still, it's a fucking great pusher. A lot of people still use it as main role in their push team. You know,
Yeah,
like getting those axes 15 minutes and that shit.
yeah. Well, that's kind of understandable. The ulti is still great. The end mood isn't nerfed, so you gain still 12 attack speed per tree 5 times. So you have always 4 trees besides you. You get your
Mm.
regeneration, I mean 4 health reg, 12 armor and invisibility. Near you it creeps also. It's just great. I actually understand that he's pretty beefy since he's a strength hero without real high possibilities of skills he can use, so he has stats kinda made up for this. 3.0 base gain per level is a lot.
Mm-hmm. But something disappeared, and I'm wondering why. Is actually Keeper of the Forests going mid? There
uh,
were times that he actually went mid. I mean, a
uh,
lot.
I never saw that, let's be totally honest. All the time I saw
Never,
Keeper.
never Keeper mid.
Nee, because last time I played, as I said, as I saw Keeper, I played with a guy called Billy Lou, and Billy Lou basically insta pick and locked Keeper because it was so overpowered. He won every game with him, and his goal was kind of to get 2000. And hey, let's see, we played 41 games, and we won 29 of it. Although I was heavily feeding at some point, like my 0-12 Kronos, but we still won it because he just like raped every game.
Oh.
His Keeper is amazing, but yeah. That's why I never actually saw Keeper outside of the jungle and outside of my team. So, but every time I see Keeper in the enemy jungle, I know that if you don't gank him, he kinda rocks the game, and if you gank him, he still rocks the game because he's so easy to farm with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his invis is kinda as good as escaping as the escape mechanism of magebane.
Mm-hmm. He's like, he's just pretty epic. I can't really remind any game that I actually won hard versus Keeper.
I say it's hard to win hard against the Keeper. It's not impossible. It's still hard somehow.
Mm-hmm.
um, I wouldn't say that he's a carry though. He can push pretty strong, but there are stronger carries, and I'm pretty sure like a mage bin would rape him totally because if he's not having mana, he can't get away. He can't animate the forest anymore. He can't root. He can't do shit.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he can't even pop his Elder Parasite, which some people actually still go Elder Parasite and Basher on him. He is beefy, so there's no reason to not do that. So.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and a ranged carry, a good one who actually sees him, can still quite inflict a lot of damage to him. I wouldn't say the most, but like if you can't see him, you can't do damage to him. It's kinda, yeah,
Yep.
makes sense. Lots of people, unless they are playing 1900 or higher, actually forget to buy an eye against him. Wow. I never won a game against him with a range carry though, only with a melee carry.
Mm-hmm.
Because he wasn't able to like rape me out of the nowhere. Where, like, I guess he kind of counters high range carries, like for example Flint Beastwood.
Yeah, Flint. Mm, don't know if it counters Soul Stealer that much because Soul Stealer, if he gets holded, he gets still ulti, right?
Yeah, of course you can. This is something completely different. Um, than like a stun. It's just a root. You can still do shit. And the
Mm.
complete and Sword Stealer is actually making more damage if you stand close to him. I'm talking about
Mhm.
those heavy range carries who rely on range like Emerald Warden or Flint Beastwood, who actually need to stay away along.
Mhm.
Um, hey yo. But I guess yeah, you're right. Soul Stealer should kill him in a 1v1 situation. Nonetheless, if he has 3000 life points, that ulti is gonna be survived pretty big ease.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well, What's your favorite items on him anyway?
I didn't really play keeper that much, but I'd say going tanky, not really going for the carry thing with keeper.
Yeah, well, I go
Tank
actually,
push.
if I play him, I go for push, which actually means I go like plated graves and yeah, pretty fast demonic breastplate. You know, shit like this. Also a puzzle box later on, helm of a dominator always, like real hard pushing items, you know. And if you do that, you don't really do a lot of team fights. You still take a lot of damage, and you still have your 2 hours. But if they let you push for 10 seconds, you push 2 towers. No shit.
Mm-hmm. Would you, if you were solo queuing, would you play him?
What?
If you're solo queuing.
Not anymore. I did that. I have 12-7 with him, so. So actually 12.7 loses. But I usually don't play him on a complete alone solo queue, with the reason that he is afterwards pretty farm relating pusher. And if you take the forest, which lots of people are doing, but still, if you take the forest, there's chances that a pretty shitty random goes solo top, and he kind of loses that game for you.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
I'm not in that elo, you know, where you can actually trust on people being good. Did I just say elo? I mean rating, MMR, PSR. Elo is kind of the same. It's like working on the same system.
By the way, did you see your, or just in general, everyone's MMR
I see what?
since the last patch? The MMR rating.
Yeah, the MMR rating kind of gone down.
Wow.
But it actually, if you play good, like if you win consecutively, you get more points, and if you lose consecutively, you lose more points. I kinda like that, you know. If you like 5 wins in a row, you get more points than just 5 wins last pre-patch, and so you can't just basically win 5 games and then drop 5 games and you got a single point. You know, you still get more.
Mm-hmm.
You get like 20 points then, because people the game start realizing you're actually a good player, and you're not always losing because of your team. But if you win, then should deserve it. So nothing really changes really.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I actually like to also pick up a mock and if I go carry keeper, I actually always go boots. Of course boots. Why not? Always go fast mock, basher, elder parasite, then shrunken head, and here behemoth heart. So epic. Nobody can kill you. Here you're standing there lolling at them with like 300 attack points.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So, let's ask one final question, which is really not related to this, but anyhow, I want to know your opinion on. What needs to nerf harder, Magebane or Helm of the Black Legion, and why?
Magebane or
Helm of the Black Legion, an item. There was a discussion about this on the forums, and I kinda want to know your opinion about that. Because people was requesting a Magebane nerf since he's overpowered. Oh, who's talking of nerfs? They didn't really scratch him though. They just gave him an awesome skin. I have 8-1 with him. Anyway, and people are just saying he's so overpowered he needs a nerf, and then people start saying, no, it's the Helm of the Black Legion which makes him overpowered. That needs a nerf. And that was kind of 5 or 6 pages long discussion. From a theory crafter discussion, even not just some random shit discussions, a real discussion.
I don't see how the Black Legion should be nerfed.
It's pretty simple. It gives you 350 life points, it gives you 6 HP per second, it gives you 100% chance to block 30 damage, and you're a Magebane, you have a 6-second blink cooldown. So, that's just render an ulti of that would useless against you. Get what I mean?
Yes, but yeah, maybe I'd say nerfing Magebane wouldn't matter, because, or you just have to change his spells in general.
Well, I don't see a problem with Magebane really. I mean, everybody who kind of know how the game works. He is one of the strongest carries in the game. They knew that 6 months ago, they knew that 2 months ago, and now they say it's OP. He doesn't even get buffed anyhow. No shit, he didn't get buffed, so how can he OP? Well, yeah, let's just discuss the next hero, Magebane, then. Well, let's make a double episode to start the series. Hey, here we go. Magebane is my favorite character anyway.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, tell me your item build.
My item build of Magebane is actually Helm of the Black Legion with boots. and then I usually instantly go for Shrunken Head, simply because the enemy is usually having a lot of magic damage, and you may be magebane, but you still can get bursted. But if the enemy does not have that heart, I usually instant go for a Ruined Axe, what I go anyway, so you can swap that around. After those items I usually go for a Savage Mace and a Wing Bow. That also relates on what the enemy is having. I'm not going for Shipbreaker or anything. Later on, I sell my Hammer of the Black Legion for Frost with Skull. Depending on the team, the last three items can change, really depending on what the enemy does have and what they don't have. Sometimes they're not even getting a Shrunken. Depends if they have like only Pyromancer. Why should I get a Shrunken? Why should I even bother? If they have CC, I just lower them. Really, I would jump in. I have enough magic armor. I just have to wait 10 seconds, so I can start slaughtering them apart.
I didn't play magebane that much, but if I do it, I was always lobbing with other pairs.
Yeah, I saw that game once. It was so amazing. You play like Elder Parasite Basher, 2.5 attack speed after 20 minutes. Yeah, GG man. You just came there, boom, 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 oops, and then you got a Geometry spray. Was it like this? 200 mana drain per second? Popping Elder, popping Geometris, and having 2 ghosts which are way too fast.
Where's your mana?
Yeah, well, you have enough mana. And the enemy doesn't have mana after all. And if it's a Thunderbringer, which we hadn't, but if it would be a Thunderbringer with his 2000 mana pool, that's one nuke. Wait till he's Ohm, go into teamfight, ult him, hope that some people stand in his AoE and all of them die.
Ouch.
Yeah, I saw that on YouTube once. It was a scrim between 2 big clans, I guess MSI versus Whale or something. And Thunderbringer got like a beast heart, a lot of items obviously, it was very late in. He was out of position, catched by MSI. MSI drained his mana completely. And then he gone back, and then they had on wards, and they saw 3 people. While Thunderbringer had 2.2k mana, loosed. Magebane blinked in and used ulti, that was 3.1k true damage burst on everyone in near. That was so too much. I mean, there was like 3 people instantly dying. That was kinda the game. How to lose.
Magebane.
Yeah, Magebane. He banes your mage. Well, it's not a lot to say about him. He's only having one single active spell, if you count his ultimate too, but he has one active spell, which is Flash. The rest of it is passive. He reduces cast time. If you use mana, you get damage. He drains the mana. And if you have no mana, he uses a mini stun applied with a true damage, magic damage strike. Have fun. But I think that his mana combustion, his passive, his Q, is actually not the strongest orb in the game. Although it's not an orb effect anymore. You can still stack it with like a Frostwolf. But it was an orb effect, and then yeah, well. You know what I mean? You can still stack like a Frostwolf on him. About 6 months ago, they changed it in Hon. But it's before that it was kind of like in Dota. In Dota you are not able to basically get a Frostwolf, a Eye of the Skadi on Magebane. Eye of the Skadi is the Frostwolf of Dota. And you was not able to get that on Magina, which is Magebane, because your Q wasn't synergizing with it. It was both orb effects, and both orb effects doesn't attack modifiers doesn't override each other. So you had to decide whatever you use. I saw some people picking Elder Parasite on him, although they only already had a Frostwolf just for having that speed effect.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah, well, it's like the last item. Like if it's really late game and you can't farm anymore because it's way too dangerous, then why not? Why not? I mean, like really, if you can't farm anymore, it's a low budget item boosting you 100 attack speed. Why not? I mean, if you can take it, it really depends on your character, though.
But if I look at it right now, I should have picked up a alchemistic bone instead.
Yeah, that works too. Before I close this down, I think that Magebane is actually one of the more stronger carries. Like, he is not the strongest melee hard carry. I would say Dark Lady and Kronos can rape him and late. They can. I didn't say they have to. But he's certainly at least one of the 3 strongest, hardest carry in the melee range. I think that like Madman is even with him, but Sandrev gets raped by him. It's not Sandrev shit anyway. And Swiftblade obviously gets raped. Nighthound gets raped. Scout pretty much gets screwed. Yes. That's all because Magebane is so good against people who rely on mana. And if Scout can't go in this, well, what can Scout do?
But Never mind, no. Amenra still relies on mana, right?
Yeah, you don't get mana yourself, but you can drain the enemies. So while you don't really
Mm.
need mana on Dark Lady or Kronos to do the most damage you can do. It helps you a
Yeah.
bit quite, but the most I mean like Kronos stuns whatever the case is, and Dark Lady. Well, Dark Lady is usually pretty fast. She doesn't stop to attack you. She always kites you. If she starts attacking you and standing still, she's bad. But usually she starts kiting you. This is why you're actually not getting all her mana drained. At least not by yourself. She helps quite a bit with that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good. Let's just finish it for now because we recorded like 20 minutes now. So 2 heroes are covered: Magebane and Keeper of the Forest. We should do this some more time again, like maybe later. Let's see if we can get a daily upload running. See you later, guys. Bye.
Mm-hmm.